All right. All right, guys. I'm super excited to be here, and I get to nerd out and talk about AI for 30 minutes or so. So it's super exciting. Now, like a lot of you guys out there probably dabbled with AI and used it a little bit in our business. These two guys have taken it to the next level, really taken it and put it a part of their business, and it's really impressive. So what we're going to do today is we're going to be going over a topic for each one of these gentlemen, and we're not just talking about it. We're actually going to show you. We're going to put it up on the computer and go through it step by step. So to get started, Russell, why don't you tell us a little bit about what you'll be presenting today?
Yes, so ChatGPT, raise your hand if you've heard about ChatGPT in here. Okay, so pretty much everybody, right? So that's the most commonplace AI. There's a lot of AIs out there right now. They're coming up seemingly every day, but ChatGPT is what they call an LLM. It's a large language model, which just is a fancy word for an AI. So most of the AI tools that you're seeing are built out of ChatGPT. So today I'm going to show you how I use it for social media. Anybody in here that knows me from social media, and a lot of it's from ChatGPT. So I'm going to give you that secret. I'm also going to show you a couple of other things. Like, does anybody in here use Canva? Raise your hand if you use Canva. Right, so I'm going to show you how to integrate ChatGPT for Canva so that it makes all your Canva stuff for you like a pro designer in 30 seconds.
Fantastic. Well, instead of talking about it, let's see it.
Yeah, so first thing I want to show you, so this is ChatGPT. Can they see it up there?
Yep,
there we go.
It is.
All right, so this is ChatGPT. The first thing you want to make sure that you have is the pro version of ChatGPT. That's 4. 3.5 kind of sucks. It's good for some things. It's good. It's a little quicker. 4 is really where you're going to want to do social media, any sort of like graphic design, that kind of thing. So you want to have 4. It's $20 a month. The second thing it gives you is access to plugins, right? So I'm going to turn this off, the plugin off. In order to get that, you need to go down to the 3 dots. You need to go to Settings and Beta. You need to go to Beta Features and turn on plugins, okay? That's going to give you access to this. A lot of people see this and they go, I don't have access to plugins. That's how you get it. From there, you want to add on the plugin store. There's a bunch of these to play around with. Today, we're going to use Canva. You want to install it with that one button. It takes 30 seconds. Now, from here, let's say, who here uses open house flyers? Raise your hand if you use open house flyers. Everybody does. Who likes their open house flyer a lot? Not many people,
so much.
Right? So I see a lot of them. A lot of open house flyers look awful that real estate agents, that mortgage brokers use. So let's go here. Let's say we've got Canva turned on. We're in ChatGPT 4. Please, let me see here. Please make me, I always say please because I'm afraid of AI. Please make me 3 open house flyers for, if I could type here, for a mortgage broker and a realtor in Canva, right? Very simple prompt. That's the prompt that I use when I'm using it. So now you can see it's using Canva. It's now pinged Canva. It's creating these things for you. It's going to create 3 open house flyer templates for you right out of the gate. Doesn't that look nice? Then it's going to make you a second one right here, and it will make our third one, okay? So now these have other info. That's not the house for the open house, right? So what you do is you click on the link. Thank goodness that opened. And it's going to give you access to the open house flyer. And now you can go in here and edit these things as much as you want and export your open house flyer. So you just have unlimited. Now that will work for anything you want it to make. If you make it in Canva, ChatGPT can make it in Canva, and that looks a whole heck of a lot better than anything I would make in Canva. I'm not very good at Canva. So that's the first thing I want to show you there. The second thing,
Give it up.
pretty cool, right? Pretty cool. The second thing I want to show you, now, how many people in here do social media for videos, or for videos, for business, right? A lot of people are getting into it. They're afraid of it. The reason they're afraid of it, they don't know how to come up with content ideas. I got a whole other topic for that we'll talk about another time, but it's because you haven't defined your niche. You haven't defined the issue that you're solving, right? Nobody wants to watch video on what PMI is. I'm in the business. I don't care what PMI is. Neither do they, right? So you have to add value to these people on social, and to do that, you have to know who you're talking to. Step number 1 before you ever start coming up with the idea for the video is who is it for, right? So the first thing that you want to do on here is you want to say, hi, I am a mortgage broker in Charlotte, North Carolina. I work with Project Valor, which if you don't know what Project Valor is, it's fantastic. Please go look it up. I work with Project Valor to help veterans, and I am trying to make, you can talk to it like it's a person, trying to make social media videos about VA loans. I want to help young veterans buy a home and educate them on the process. Here, now, that's what most people would send, right? Or they would just say, the other thing that I see a lot of people, please write 5 video ideas for a mortgage broker. So this is what you're going to get if you just ask it to write videos for the mortgage broker, right? Demystifying mortgages, a beginner's guide, how to choose the right mortgage for you, target audience that tells you credit score and mortgages, what you need to know. Nobody's watching these videos. These videos suck, right? But this is mostly what I'm seeing put out there on social media, and that's fine. But if you want to get business from social media, you have to give it the niche. So these videos are like all over the place, right? They all have a different target audience on who you're going after. The algorithm, which I don't believe in algorithms, but the social media platform isn't going to know who to show your video to, because you're showing a DPA video, and then you're showing a jumbo loan video, and then you're out here showing like a house tour. It's like, who wants to watch his videos, right? Now, it knows who wants to watch my videos. Now I got VA loans explained, empowering veterans in home buying. The VA loan process, step by step. Credit scores and VA loans, what veterans need to know. Top benefits of VA loans for veteran home buyers. Target audience, it gives you all that. Avoiding pitfalls, common mistakes veteran home buyers make. Give me 25 more. You will never, ever run out of video ideas now. If you can come up with a number, it can come up with a video for you. So it's going to generate 25 more there. How to apply for a COE, how to, conventional loans versus VA loans, which one should you get? Using a VA loan for home improvements, VA loans for building a home. Now you may sit here and you go, but I don't know those things. I don't know how these things are. Maybe you're a new loan officer, right? That's fine, ChatGPT does. So please write a 200-word TikTok script with a hook, retaining elements, and a value add for number 7. Now it's going to write you a script for TikTok. It tells you it wants music behind it, a clip of a construction site, the retaining elements, your hook. Have you ever dreamed of building your own home, veterans? With a VA loan, it's possible. Let's dive in. And it goes into VA construction loans. They're a hidden gem. This is a better video than 99% of what I see put out. This is how you use ChatGPT to generate all of your social media content. Now, proofread it, right? Make sure it's correct, because it's only up to 2021 data. But I just told you how to make infinite amounts of videos for your niche and infinite amounts of marketing material in Canva in about 4 minutes. So those are 2 things you can use ChatGPT for today. It'll help your marketing department. It'll help all of you generate more business, which helps immensely. There you go.
Cool, Russell. That was awesome. Qualifying question on the Canva part. So in Canva, you can have your own account and build your own brand. Can you attach that so it automatically pulls your own brand in and that kind of stuff?
Not yet, not yet. But what you can do in Canva, I'll show you this too, sorry. In Canva, I'm losing my mic here. In Canva, one thing you can do is you can go over.
Can you put back up the ChatGPT, please?
Sorry, guys, I went off script there. So in Canva, what you can do on the left-hand side, you can select your brand. If you build it out in Canva, it's not even the pro model, and it'll rebrand everything to your colors, your logo, your contact info, everything for anything ChatGPT makes for you. It's just over on the left-hand side.
That's awesome. Just fantastic tool. Thank you so much. Enrique, why don't you tell us a little bit about what you'll be presenting on?
Yeah, so I'm about 100 years older than him. So as a result of that, I have a different perspective. I have to understand that technology for me doesn't come as easy. Who has that same problem for a lot of us, right? And one of the things that I'm really, 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 really big on is video. I do a lot of video. I probably produce anywhere between 20 and 40 pieces of content a week. But video comes easy to me. It's the technology part that's difficult. And one of the things I encounter a lot with people I talk to, colleagues, I get a lot of your emails and messages, is the fact that you're worried, you're scared about video. You don't know how to start. Who struggles with that? Who struggles with video, right? So what we're doing is we're using ChatGPT to help us do 2 things. One, create the video in a way that is kind of, I'm going to pick up right where Russell left off, but also be able to transport that script into a vehicle that is going to help us record it, which is where a lot of people get stuck, right? We can create a great script, and then we're like, what, right? So what we do is we put it into some kind of a teleprompter. Now, this is not a long-term solution. It's just something to get you started, to get you comfortable with video. After you do 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 9, 20 of these, you realize, maybe I don't need a teleprompter, which is what happened to me. But it's a great way to start. So that's what we're going to show people and kind of like explain how that part works.
Excellent. Let's get up there and let's take a look.
Like I said. So the first thing that I'm going to show you is we created some prompts. I don't type the prompts. I have them already pre-written because in order for us to get to where we want to be very specific. All the people who have the playbook, if you purchase the playbook, all this stuff is in there. There's also a QR code for a class where I actually explain this whole thing. And if you need more information, just send me a DM and I'll send you the whole thing, okay? So basically what we do is we talk about how to create the perfect prompt, right? So it has all these different components to it. What we're gonna do is we're gonna do an example, right? Where I'm actually going to do the prompt about myself. It's a very specific prompt. You can actually copy and paste this, just change your name, okay? So let's see if this works, hold on. Remember, technology for me is a little different, so copy, I know how to do this part. And then we're gonna go to ChatGPT, right? Where are we on this? Here. So I'm gonna start a new chat. All right, I got that done. Big round of applause. So here what I'm basically telling them is who I am, what I do, and what I'm interested in doing. The more information you give ChatGPT, the better information you're going to get, right? So this machine, this artificial intelligence, is acknowledging, saying, hey, Enrique, great, I understand what you're trying to do, right? I wish my teenager was this good, right? So you have that. So now what we're going to do is we're actually going to use that and follow up on that. So we actually have this little prompt, the one that's on the square, where we say, hey, help me write that script. So what we do is now we're going to take the script. Now we're being very specific because we're going to use a teleprompter app, and I'll tell you more about that in a second. Because we're using a teleprompter app, we don't want any additional things on it. And sometimes it gives it to me, sometimes it doesn't. But let's take a look. So here's the script word for word, right? And it's based on the criteria that I gave it. I'm asking it to give me something related to FHA. So it talks about, hey friends, today let's talk about the advantages of FHA. When you put this on a teleprompter, there's some apps out there. I like Big VU. There's about 10 or 12 other ones. The way you find one is just Google teleprompter app. Most of them are anywhere between $0 and $20 a month. You take this, you put it in there, and then you record your first video. And you do one take, and then you don't look at it. Just post it. And then you do another one. I like these short videos, 30 seconds, 40 seconds, and then put them up on Instagram stories, put them up on Reels, Facebook. You can also send them to individual people if you have, or if you have a group or anywhere where you want to put that video. The idea is that this is actually giving you an edge because many of you, this is where you get stuck. You can write the content, but now you can take this exact same thing, copy, paste it into a teleprompter app, and right on your phone, you can record that video. Remember, it's not a long-term solution because we don't want to use the teleprompter forever. But I tell you, if you go on my feed and you watch my videos, you won't be able to tell which ones I use the teleprompter and which ones I didn't. And a lot of them I do because I want the content to be accurate. And that's what I do. So that's how I use it. Again, in the playbook, I have a full 45-minute tutorial from beginning to end, including the teleprompter app.
Right. Awesome. Thank you. All right, great. Now we get into some little Q&A here because I have lots of questions for you guys. But Russell, one thing that I noticed that we talked about is everything that you just showed us up there, you utilize that in a way to attract more agents, right? Why don't you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so you can take this, like if you're interested in it, your agents are interested in it. And the average real estate agent in America is a 60-year-old woman. Not a lot of 60-year-old people are getting onto ChatGPT and playing around and doing this, right? But it'll help their business. It's what Matt talked about. It's what everybody here has talked about. You have to help them win. And AI is here to stay. I did not get in on crypto. I'm not a fad guy at all. I try and stay away from the new stuff and stick with what works. This is here to stay. If you do not adapt to AI, it will be like trying to do a loan today without the internet. It is going to be that big of a game changer in your business. There's an image, if you look at it after, Google Midjourney 1 year ago. Midjourney is an image software. It generates images for you. It looked like a kid with a crayon a year ago, and now it's making 4K ultra-realistic images. This is just the beginning. You have to get into it now, right? But you can also help your realtor partners get into it. So I've got a presentation. I'll go out, I'll talk to these real estate agents. I'll explain to them how to use AI. Like a lot of people, they talk to real estate agents, they don't want to talk to them if they don't have any business. Like, oh, you don't have any business, you do one a year. They kind of brush that real estate agent off. You have to help that real estate agent turn into a 5, 6, 7, 10, 15 loan a year type of real estate agent, right? Because if you do that, they are yours forever. So help them with ChatGPT, help them generate business. Now, when you go out and you show this to them, they're going to use it, they're going to get business, and they're going to bring that business to you, right? There are two people, it's the Alex Hormozy line. If you don't know who that is, definitely look him up. I stole 99% of what I do from Alex. There are two people that can tell people about you and your business. There's you, and there's everybody else, right? So if you go out and you have 20 real estate agents doing this and generating the business and sending it to you because you helped them win, you are going to get 20 times the business that if you just do it by yourself. So help others win, and by doing that with AI, with anything it is, you're going to close just 1,000,000 times more business.
Such a better strategy than asking a realtor to coffee and provide no value and say, give me your business, right? Yeah. Learning something new that you know that they're probably struggling with and being that resource for them. Yeah. Such a huge value add. Love it. Why don't you tell us a little bit why you leaned into AI, Enrique? Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to tell you, I've been around long enough to remember the days when applications started to become taken online. And I remember brokers saying, well, that's not going to last. How are you going to be able to take an application online, right? It wasn't that long ago. This technology, like Russell said, is coming, and it's coming like a freight train. And it's going to actually infiltrate all the areas of our business. Now, even though I'm a little older, I still have a long way to go in this business, and I want to be right in front of it. I want to understand the technology. I don't want to take that, well, I'm too old for this. This is technology that is coming fast. It's already here. We're already starting to see it in underwriting, if anybody's using Bolt or some of these applications, and this is just the beginning. And in marketing as well. One of the softwares that we wanted to talk about today, for example, is where you can actually record an interview with a realtor, upload it to a website like Opus, and you can look it up, and then this AI technology will listen to the entire 10-minute interview and produce 30-second videos that are actually paced together with high quality and subtitles very easily, right? So you're starting to see that you can save time, you can save energy, and for me, I think that as a broker, I really need to be ahead of everybody else, right? I want to stay ahead, and that's the reason why I lean on it so hard.
Right, and we also talked a little bit about you're a grandpa, right? You're a little bit older. It's a tool that you can use to level the playing field a little bit too, right?
Absolutely. And the truth is that, I've had to adapt to a lot of technologies, whether I wanted it or not. I didn't necessarily want to be on video. I didn't necessarily want to do some of these things. But now I'm at a point where I say, hey, I'm going to use these tools to my advantage. I can tell you, I don't put any content out there, whether it's written or video or post, that is not run through artificial intelligence right now. It's on my email. It's on my Word documents. And the reason is because it just makes things better, right? It makes me a better person, better figure, right? And I think that I want to have that edge.
Yeah, it's also very helpful for the blank page syndrome. Like just sometimes a project is daunting, or even like the scripts you talked about. It's like, oh, I don't know what I want to say and whatever, and boom, you have, the majority of it. You can tweak it, make it better. It's such a useful tool. For both of you, where do you see AI going? I know that this could get all over the place, but in general, where do you see this going? And start from there.
Do you want to go first?
You go first.
Yep.
Okay. So AI is, I think a lot of people think of AI as a computer with zeros and ones, it's yes or no. AI can do anything that a human can do. Let that sink in. It can do anything a human can do. It does not get tired. It can learn. It can reason. It is intelligent. It's not sentient, but it's very intelligent. So don't limit it to what a computer software program can do. Okay. So there's two AIs that are out now. They're in the new kind of era of marketing. Number one is AIR. AIR AI is trained on sales data for Fortune 500 companies. Companies like Apple, companies like Tesla have been using it for cold calling on empty cart log-offs, where let's say you go to their website, you're ordering a car, you're ordering a MacBook, and you put it in your cart and then you leave. They go in and this thing will call you. It will call you in a voice that it thinks your demographic will convert with. And it sounds like a person on the other line. It does not sound like a robot. And it will call you based on millions of hours of sales data and convert you, and it's converting better than their sales team is. So it's been around for 6 months. When you see the picture of Midjourney 1 year ago, actually, is it okay if I pull that up just to show?
Yeah.
Take 30 seconds, or not even. So this is how fast this grows. Okay, it's not like a computer software where they have to add things in. This is Midjourney 1 year ago versus today. Do you see how fast that grew? Now imagine the cold call gets that much better. It's already converting better than their sales teams are. So if you look at AI over the next few years, what it's going to do is it's going to grow, it's going to get so much better, and it's going to really enhance the way that you're doing business. It's going to enhance the way you're marketing, it's going to enhance the way you're selling, it's going to enhance the way that you're structuring deals. There's another one called Synthesia for training. It generates a human being, a lifelike human being that is speaking, and you can write the text through ChatGPT for training manuals, for anything you want. It will speak it, it will create a diagram, create a video. You can also use it for short form content. So you can create a person that the demographic you're going after likes to be sold by in a, say it's a British accent, whatever it is, split test everything, write the media, and put it out as short form content, and you don't even have to be on the screen. So you're going to start seeing AI in so much more. If you've been on any of these social media platforms and you've seen like a clip of a podcast, that's Opus editing that, where they take the whole podcast, it cuts it up, and you post it. You're already watching what it's creating for marketing. So it's going to further enhance the way you're doing business. But what I mean by you have to adapt to it is, if I'm competing against Enrique and he's got AI pumping out 500 videos a day and scripts and presentations and all of this stuff, and I'm not, it's just me, I'm going to get left in the dust. So AI is going to enhance so fast. It's going to help your business so much. You just have to adapt to it and not push it aside as something that just isn't going to be there. I mean, you've seen how quickly that came from a kid with a crayon to a 4K image. The sales calls will get that much better as well. It's going to be really a fun next 5 years.
Yeah, absolutely. Enrique, you want to
Yeah, I think that the truth is that we're starting just to see the tip of it. And a lot of the technology, like some of the ones you're talking about, looks clunky and it looks kind of weird, but it's going to move so much faster than anything else before. It is very feasible. My prediction is that we're sitting here on Fuse, 6? I bet you that Fuse 10, half or 2/3 of the vendors are going to be some level of artificial intelligence vendor that is selling marketing, selling avatars, taking pictures of yourself and convert them into avatars to do your videos. That's coming, right? What I think is really important is that we do not forget that we can be a part of this, right? I lean on it hard, but it's always me. I'm still meeting people in the community. I'm still one-on-one. I'm still one of those brokers that has a room in my office where people come in to drop off documents and meet with us one-on-one. I'm not walking away from that. I'm incorporating this new technology into what I'm doing, and it's just making me a better broker. I mean, I used to write a letter that would go out to realtors that would take me, I don't know, whatever long to write, and then I'd send in someone else to prove, and then, because English is my second language, and this thing has really cut the time. It cuts the time that I produce. How people ask me, how do you do 30 videos a week, right? This is how I do it, right? I have help. I have help from a machine that allows me to produce much faster, much better, and super quick. One quick thing that I would like to encourage everyone is, when you see the opportunities to learn about AI, there's a webinar or do it. This is big. And if you ignore it, you're going to be left out. There's a lot coming, right? I know AIME's going to do more. There's going to be more education on it. A lot of our vendors are going to start introducing it as part of what they do. Take advantage of it, learn, and use it.
Yeah, I look at it as it levels the playing field, right? It creates efficiencies for a one or two man shop that typically a large corporation would have, right? All that type of efficiencies and streamlined stuff, it's not something that normally a small broker would have. Now you have those, it can level the playing field. Now, I look at it that way. I look at it as being efficient, a great tool to make us better, to do more things, to automate, to do all that, right? But there is another thought process that a lot of people would say, and I'm sure a lot of people are thinking of this already. It's like, is AI going to put us out of business? Or like, how is this going to affect us personally, you know, in the future? What are your thoughts on that statement? Go ahead, Russell.
It's not going to put you out of business if you adapt to it. It can't put you out of business if you make it a part of your business, right? If you ignore it completely, like let's say when DU came out, right? Let's say DU and LP came out and you don't use it and you go, nah, I don't want to do that. And then you're still faxing in your credit report request and faxing in your submission requests and that kind of thing and mailing your documents. How many loans do you think you would close? You wouldn't close very many, right? It's going to be the same thing. You adapted to it with the internet. You adapted to it with cell phones and modern technology and that kind of thing. You have to do the same with this. So it's not going to put you out of business as long as you use it in your business. But if you don't use it in your business, it's going to be very, very difficult to compete. Gary Vee said this a few years ago at Hall of AIME, might have been last year at Hall of AIME. You have to create a local, personal brand. No one in this room, probably all of us put together, well, no, probably all of us put together cannot outspend Rocket on marketing, but we can win in our local markets, right? You can be shaking the hands of the real estate agents. You can be going out to the builder models. You can be winning locally, and that's what you need to do with this. You need to build a local brand. You need to be the go-to person. There were a couple of people up here today that built one. The lady in Florida that has built like a Facebook page, like that's what you need to build and use AI to help you do it. But it will not put you out of business as long as you make it a part of your business.
I think there's also something that actually exists, which is an aversion to artificial intelligence. I think as humans, we are wired to not want to deal with that, right? When we see a robot, kind of like gives you the creeps a little bit, or a robot that looks human, you have to understand that that's actually a thing. You have to understand that when you see this, your first reaction, or the first reaction of a lot of people is going to be like, oh, do I really want to do this? Do I really want to be involved in it? It's not going to put you out of business, but it's going to actually make your life a lot easier if you're a part of it. So understand that if you feel weird about it or not very interested in learning about it, that's a normal feeling. You just gotta kind of walk through it and start trying it in a small scale. Install it on your email, install it on your Word documents, start using it to improve your writing and your communication skills. And then you start using it in other areas, like I'm using it for everything now.
Awesome. Russell, we were talking backstage a little bit. I would love for you to give them the example of how are you using it on your website with the LE. That blew my mind, so I don't want to skip over that.
So there's a type of AI called OCR. It's ocular, right? So it can read things. ChatGPT, we'll get into this another day, but you can actually take a picture of your bike and be like, I don't know how to change the tire on this, and it'll tell you how to change it and look at the image and go, oh, it's that. So we're using that for loan estimates. You go on my website and you upload a picture of your locked loan estimate, and it will read it and say, it's not locked, get it locked, send it back. Or Section A and the rate is this, let me see where we'll be, and it'll parse the data out and send it to me. And if I'm not cheaper, they go into a database that says, hey, 12 months from now, Enrique, I know a year ago you got a 7.75% interest rate. You put it in our website. Have you refinanced? Because this is what the rate is today. So it's passively looking at the loan estimate saying meh, and then pushing it out into the thing or sending it back. So that's the power of AI, right? Is it can read documents, it can learn the selling guide in seconds. It is so fast, and it's just getting better and better. But like I say, anything that a human can do, an AI can do. So that's one of the things that it can do. Take it, I think it was Gogo was talking earlier about VAs. A lot of the VA market is going to be taken over by AI, because instead of having to train 15 VAs to do something, you can train one AI on how to do it and infinitely scale it. So a lot of that, like if you can think of, hey, a VA could do this, chances are you could be having an AI do it for you for free. Sorry,
awesome.
VAs.
Awesome. All right, to wrap it up, one thing, like there's plenty of people out here that have never used it or just very little. What would advice you would give them, or like one thing they could do just to get started to like get their hands dirty a little bit? Anything there?
just start using it. I mean, like, no, there was no training manual for me when I started doing it. I am no smarter than anybody in this room. I am probably dumber than 100% of you, but it's just that you log onto it. Like, you could log onto it, and it's just a chat bot, right? So you just type what you want it to do. It doesn't have to be perfect right out of the gate. Have it tell you what it needs to know. Like, you could say, as an example, like, instead of just saying, hey, write me the script, you could say, ask me questions on what you need to know to give me a good script for this. And it'll ask you the questions, you answer the questions to it. It'll tell you how to use it. You just have to get onto the website and do it, right? I mean, it's very easy to get on. There's no software to download. You can do it from your phone. There's an app. It's very, very easy to use. You just have to start using it.
Yeah, my encouragement would be to use it. When you go to your room tonight or tomorrow morning when you're on your way back on the plane, download it and start playing with it. ChatGPT is a good way to start. There's about 1,000 other things you can do with other artificial intelligences, but this is a great way to start, and start simple, right? Improve your writing, but challenge yourself to learn it and to incorporate it on your daily business.
Awesome. Cool. Hopefully everybody learned a little bit. Let's hear for these guys. All right. Thanks, guys.